Hello there. We did photos from Munich, photos from Egypt, got that in the wrong order, and now we're doing photos from California. I would assume this would take a bit longer than the other ones, since the other ones were fairly short holidays. Before that, there's a couple of souvenirs that I forgot. Don't worry, nothing significant. But got this cable car. Well, I like to call it a tram because it's like a tram, but it's a cable car. This is the tickets. I don't know why I wanted to keep this. But yeah, I just thought, hey, I rode that thing, that famous thing in I can't speak. That famous thing in San Francisco. I have ridden on it, and here is my ticket, even though I got the proof on video. I don't know, I just wanted to keep it. And I also got these, it's just money. We got a dime. We don't have a dime in the UK. We call it, we do, but we call it 10p. They call 10 cents a dime in America. Sorry, you can't even see it. You know what, just Google it. I can't be asked with this focus thing again. It took me so long to get everything focused last video. But yeah, I just thought, hey, I have a dime now. I don't know, I like the name. I like the name, a dime. So as soon as I got a dime change, I'm just like, I'm keeping this one. I also got a quarter. It's also fascinating to me because in the UK we have 5p, 10p, 20p, then 50p. But the US has 25. Not a 20, and they, yeah. So I got a quarter and a dime. A few useless souvenirs that should have been part of the previous video, but yeah, we'll move on. Now we're gonna do photos. Monsieur Davidoff is. Let me just make sure it's all synced up as well. That's a good point, right? What I normally do is this when I do my reactions on my second channel. What I do is I do this and click off OBS. You see, I sync the sound of the clip with the window closing in the screen recording. It sounds confusing, but it actually works. Anyway, yeah, so I got two accounts, Monsieur Davidoff and Davidoff Productions. So what normally happens is I post pretty much everything on here, and then I post the best parts on here. It's still largely true, but there's some things I put on this account that are not on this one. This is Excited Davidoff, about to leave. There you go. It is going in order, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. Ah, my friend there said going WrestleMania. Yes, I was. I didn't reply because I wanted to keep it a secret, but I replied in DM. But yeah, this is just me at the airport. Instagram, obviously, if you post the first photo in a certain resolution, every other photo's got to be the same. I took this in like a portrait mode, but I can't post it in portrait mode with this photo. Either it's got to be portrait or landscape, so it is what it is. That's why it doesn't. I didn't take the photo like this. There was a bigger picture, but I just couldn't add it on to the same post. But yeah, the city looked amazing. It actually looks worse on PC than mobile, but screw it. I guess it's nighttime photos mainly. So when you land at LAX, I guess depending on what direction you're coming from, when you land in this direction, you go past the main city, so it looked really cool coming in. I'm just like, wow, that's LA. It's very well lit up as well, especially for a desert place. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm going this way. Yes, I'm going this way. So yeah, this is me again. I think this photo's at LAX, but I flew to San Francisco on the second day. I flew straight away. I came in at night. Next afternoon, San Francisco. Want to stay there a few days. This looks bloody awesome. It does. I think this was still LA. This is still LA. Then we're flying over, and now we're in San Francisco. There's a long one of those road bridges that go across a big lake, which is quite fascinating. One of these. I don't think there's even the famous one. There's a more famous one, I think, in Florida. I think it's in Florida, but yeah, bridges like this kind of amaze me, you know. Like, does it really cut time? I guess it cuts time, but like, was it worth building? I don't know, but I assume going all the way around is probably a lot longer, so there's probably a good reason to build that. But I always get fascinated by a bridge that goes across a big part of water. I'm just like, interesting. Yeah, I guess in England, in Europe, you can take your car underwater. Not literally. I mean, you can, but like not in the way I'm saying it. You go on a train, you can put your car on a train, and that train goes underwater. So technically we have a different alternative to crossing a large amount of water. But yeah, this is San Fran. It's right next to water, so like, so is LAX, to be fair. Although it's a bit further off, a little bit more inland. This one is like right on the edge, which is quite an interesting way to put it. I did not know that San Francisco is the second hilliest place in the world. The hilliest, I think, is in South America somewhere, but the second hilliest place in the world. You can't see it in this photo, obviously, but like their streets are constantly like hills, up, down, or constantly up, constantly down. I'm just like, geez. It felt like a workout going up some of those hills. I know I'm unfit, but you should go there yourself. Like, it's something. It's a good place to exercise, though. I mentioned there, like, you don't need a gym over there. You can just go on walks uphill, and you'd probably be all right every day. And I saw plenty of people. There's plenty of people, especially women. They go on runs with their dogs. That's a big trend in San Francisco, apparently. Women with dogs going on a run in the morning and evening. I saw it all the time over there. But yeah, this Fisherman's Wharf. I went on a boat cruise. Took some selfies there. I mainly put selfies on Instagram nowadays, which is probably a good way to go, because Instagram's supposed to be about you, innit? So that's Instagram. But I still put other things up as well, just to like show like this is where I am. That is the souvenir shop that I spend a lot of money in. I spent more money there than pretty much anywhere else, aside from like tickets. Obviously event tickets that cost a lot, but I booked those beforehand. Apart from LAFC I bought last minute, but still, in terms of like going into a shop and buying things, I spent the most here. I even bought a couple of vests here as well, and a hoodie, a couple of things I didn't show in the actual vlog and souvenir video. In and Out, this is me trying In and Out for the first time. It's a nice burger place. It's a nice burger place. I remember trying Five Guys for the first time. The burger place, shut up. I remember trying that for the first time in Canada when I went to New York. I went to America for the first time when I was 16. It was in 2012. So I think I was 16. I think I was 15 turning 16. Have I got my years wrong? 95. I've forgotten maths. I was 16 turning 17. I was 16 turning 17. I got an A in GCSE maths. I used to be a maths whiz. But anyway, yeah, In and Out was cool. But yeah, when I went to USA for the first time, I turned 17 and I tried, after we went to New York for 10 days, we went to Canada for 6 days. Over there, I tried Five Guys for the first time and it was amazing. I got a similar feeling to In and Out as well. So very good burgers over there. Of course not cheap, but I think cheaper than Five Guys at least. Yeah, this is that boat cruise I was talking about. It was great. You know, we went under the Golden Gate Bridge, went to it, under it. There was a bird that came along with us for a little bit. That's Alcatraz Island, which I also visited. Yeah, Red and White Fleet. There you go. I've always wanted to see this bridge, always wanted to see it. I'm glad I finally did in the way that I did. That's a nice US flag to go with it. You know, that's brilliant, you know. It's part of America, American flag. I thought, hey, this is a great selfie opportunity. So yeah, they got a great looking flag as well. Right under the bridge. Absolutely beautiful. It's a work of art, this bridge. It's actually a work of art. It's one of the wonders of the world. I'm pretty sure it is. It's just incredible, isn't it? I think apparently it used to be gold, but they changed it to prevent it from, I can't remember, but I think it lasts longer if it's red. It's something like that. It doesn't erode. Something along those lines to avoid rusting or whatever. There's a reason it's not actually gold anymore. Apparently it used to be. Yeah, more under the bridge, of course. As you can see, these photos are not always in chronological order. It's just about best photo first sometimes. Yeah, a bit more of the boat. There was a nice rainbow there. It doesn't look as good on camera, but in person that looked amazing. There was a very nice rainbow. It was raining a lot in California in general before I got there. It stopped a bit. It stopped quite a bit when I was there, which is I got very lucky, shall we say. But there was one day when it was really bad, I remember. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is me trying to take a selfie on the bridge, but it was so windy, you wouldn't believe it. Like, the bus was going down, it was already windy. When the bus was going through, the wind would just blow in your face like this. I got my phone out. Like, if I let go of my phone would have flown off. It was that bad. Like, I felt my phone pushing against me. So I tried to take a selfie while in the wind, trying to hold my hat down, trying to hold my hoodie from going back. and trying to make sure my phone's secure in my hands, and trying to take a selfie. Considering all of that, this is not bad. It was ridiculous, man. I should have taken a jacket. I didn't realize it'd be. I mean, I realized it wasn't summer. I get that, but California is still like a desert state. Like, it's not like, I get that they have winters, and I get that the evenings might be cold. In a desert, even in a desert, it's cold. Even a desert is cold at night. But my word, so it was so windy and cold the first few days I was there, especially in San Fran. I was just like, am I in California or am I in Alaska? What's going on? That's a bit extreme, Alaska. Alaska's very icy. But still, it was, you wouldn't believe how ridiculous it was. I mean, you can't see in the vlog. In the vlog, you see me vlogging on that bridge while on the bus. It was ridiculous. There's a bridge at night. Wanted to see it at night. It was cool. Just wasn't as cool as I expected it to be at first. I thought it'd be a bit more lit up. To be honest, I don't know, it felt like the underneath of the bridge was more lit up than the actual bridge. It doesn't look it here, but in person it was. But yeah, it's still worth doing. Battery Spencer is one of the viewpoints, one of the many viewpoints that the bridge has up there, which I went to eventually. But yeah, this is that was one of the bus stops, the big bus store. I haven't got it on me, but San Francisco big bus stores, one of the stops is like here on the side in the car park next to the bridge. It's also a nice viewpoint, so I took more photos there. More on the bus, of course. That's the bus. There you go. I bought a special ticket that included a night tour, but it wasn't even nighttime when it happened. It was 6:30. The sun didn't go down, and Alcatraz as well. It included Alcatraz tour. It was a big combo deal that worked out cheaper overall, so I got that one. Did the bus on the first day. That's one of the towers in San Francisco. That is a funny looking house. I don't know what's in there, but let's just say I'm not the only one who took photos. It caught everyone's attention at the very least. I'm just like, what on earth is that? Here's two flags, US flag and the California Republic flag. I assume that's a bear. It's a funny looking bear, but I assume it is. There's a different bridge. It's not the Golden Gate, but just as windy. It does look very similar. It looks like a smaller version and not red, basically. There's a large bow and arrow. What the significance is, I don't know. But here is that other bridge in the background. I did not take the time to learn what bridge this is, but it's a cool looking bridge. It's not that far away from the Golden Gate. But you can see the Golden Gate from it. And you can see this from the Golden Gate, but it's fairly they're fairly far apart. They look small to each other from each other. Yeah, I hope I'm speaking sense. I look creepy here, to be honest, but I wanted to get a selfie with this. This is the boat that takes you to Alcatraz. There's multiple per day. You got to get it allocated though. Like, you can't just choose to go on whenever. They got to allocate you a spot because, believe it or not, it's very popular, even in a time where it's not a tourist season and it's not summer. A lot of people are on this boat. But it's basically like a shuttle service. It's a shuttle service, but it's a boat. They say it's a cruise, and yeah, it kind of is, but really it's to take you from the port to Alcatraz and back. That's all it's there for. Sorry. Here's inside the Alcatraz prison. This is me looking serious in the selfie. A lot of awful things probably happened here because obviously it was a high security prison that was pretty brutal. It wasn't just a prison either. It was an army base. It was also the Red Indians occupied it at one point. That was an interesting thing to learn about history. Now it's a tourist attraction. So yeah, visitation area, which I'm surprised it had, to be fair, surrounded by water. So I guess people were shipped out there to visit their prisoners. There's been many famous prison escape attempts from this prison. I don't know if any involved visitation, but yeah. I don't know if any survived. I'm pretty sure all of them died in the water or got caught. Yeah, they're just looking outside from the prison. The cells are pretty scary. You can go in some of them. Very small, very crazy to look at. There's a water tower. When the Indians occupied it, they I can't remember the other word, but I think it was hope and freedom. I can't remember. But the Indians called it their land, and these words have stayed up here. No one took it away even after. The Indians, I think, held it for 18 months or something. Even after they came off it, they didn't take this off. There's a watchtower. Yeah, we couldn't go up there, unfortunately. There's Alcatraz on the roof. This is this is Lombard Street, so the world's crookedest street. It goes round like a snake down a hill. People actually live and park there, so that's another thing. But yeah, this road actually exists, and I went there to see it. Luckily, my hotel was on Lombard Street, but like not this part of it. It was like Lombard Street carries on in a straight, but it's just the end of it is like this. My hotel was like a walk down, like 20-minute walk, longer than that because I was up a hill, going uphill to get there. It felt like a workout walking there, but it was worth seeing the sights. Can I take to you, please? By the way, like whenever I post these with location, even hashtags, anything that grabs people's attention, I get so many DMs and replies, comments from random people I've never seen before. And I'm convinced they're all bots, and they're trying to like, do you want to DM for promo? Can you promote it on here? Hi. There's multiple women. Sorry, my camera ran out. Most of them are female accounts, but like it's probably not actually them. It's probably just some guys pretending to be them, and they're trying to like start a conversation. Like one said like, do you like football also? And another one's like, where is this? I'm just like, the location's in the post. And that's probably how you found me. What do you mean, where is this? I remember there was one in Australia where I posted about that cheetah that I touched in that zoo, and someone DM saying, "Can you tell me about cheetahs?" It was so like that one seemed more normal, but like it was kind of the start of all these crazy spam Instagram's DM spams that I do not understand. They just exist. But anyway, yeah, those are one of those spammers. There's the bottom of that street. Here's a random person with their dog. You see, I think that's a female. Women with dogs going on a walk or a jog or a run. It was so common over there. I'm not saying it's. I know I'm making it sound like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying like, I see a different woman with a different dog every single morning and evening. I'm just like, right, okay. I mean, it's a nice thing to do, at least, you know. It's a nice thing to do. I was just curious. I'm just like, is this like a trendy thing to do? Because everyone's doing it. Anyway, yeah. More of that street, of course. It was a cool street to see. I really liked that. I saw that Pier 39. Which is where the Alcatraz cruise departs from. There's Jeremiah, that's a battleship. There's another battleship that I saw in Los Angeles, which we'll get to. Yeah, Pier 39 is a place to be for tourists. Like, this is where all the tourists were, pretty much. There's a lot of shops, restaurants, ice cream places in there. There is a view of Alcatraz from Pier 39. Here is Battery Spencer. This is the viewpoint where you can see this. Pretty much the iconic views you see in movies of like characters like on the side looking at the bridge. This is pretty much it. So yeah, there's like you can drive a car around the back around the hill, and there's a car park directly next to it as well, so it's convenient. You don't have to hike up there. But if you wanted to hike up there, it's not that bad. It's like it's a steep hill, but it's just one hill. It's not that bad. So you can actually walk up there without too much trouble. But you can also drive there. My Uber driver went there. Or the one that was picking me up did not come up there. He was just like, I can't do it. I'm just like, there's literally a route to go around. It's a normal road. He probably thought it was like a thin road or something. No. But yeah, also people had a trend of leaving padlocks here. I didn't take a padlock because I don't know. If I did, I would have bought one just for this. But yeah, it is what it is. Look, excuse me, where is this bridge? Surely you can just click on that and it will show you a map. But like, okay, you know what? Another one of those bots, alright? Yeah, this is actually a widescreen photo, but obviously because I posted this in portrait mode, it wouldn't come out as a full photo. Although you see that photo on the other account, actually. Here's views from the same viewpoint. Pretty cool, and here's the road that leads up to it. Like, just a normal road. My Uber driver that was picking me up could have easily come down here, but he's just like, no. So I had to walk down. It wasn't even that far, but I had to walk down this hill, and he was on the opposite side. He had to come round to me. Really, he should have just come to me anyway. Here's more from Battery Spencer. The perfect thing was, I went up there was like 5 people. None of those 5 are there right now. Like, these guys came up after me. So I got, like, I came at a quiet time. Actually, these 3 were there. I came up at a perfect time. You know, I came up in the morning, like 7 AM or something, and there was barely anyone there. So it was absolutely brilliant. And it was clear skies, you know, it wasn't raining. So I was very fortunate with that, because I only had 1 chance to go there. So I chose the right day and the right morning. But yeah, beautiful looking place is San Francisco in general, not just the bridge, but the bridge is very good as well. Here is the tram or the cable car. The main difference is the cable car has cables on top. That's the if it ran on its own without cables, it'd be a tram. Okay, sorry, I just hit. Sorry, I'm just trying to make my point. I hit my camera, hit my tripod. But it's literally like that's the line. Like if it runs without cables, it's a tram. With cables, it's a cable car. It's so close to being the other thing. I'm just saying. But yeah, there's the Powell and Mason line. There's multiple lines, but this was according to the internet the best line, and it was a very good line to ride on. I really enjoyed it. $8. Was that ride worth $8? No, it was like 20-minute ride. But look, I was on holiday, wanted to ride it at least once, and I did that. So I really appreciate that. This was great. You know, going up and downhill as well in that tram, and it's a good looking. I know it's a cable car. I'm still calling it a tram. Shut up. Here's a model of Bumblebee. Yes, as you can see. Yes, I am finally in California now. So before we do that, let's go to California here. You know, I think that would be a very good idea, don't you? Germany, England. There we go. Right, this is one of the selfies with the US flag, a better version of what you saw on Montreal Davidoff. This one I posted on the other account. Some of these I didn't. So some newer photos of what I've already shown you. Just checking that I'm going the right way. Yeah, there's another wind photo. Cool looking bridge. Looks amazing in person. Same selfie. Okay. I posted similar selfies on this one. I guess less of them. Yeah, this is the widescreen version of that photo I showed you earlier. Looks bloody awesome, it does. Yes. There's a better screenshot of the tram actually. I didn't put it on that account. But yeah, up and downhill. It's I had to get this one as well. As soon as I saw the other tram coming, I thought, yeah, this is the shot. I am on one of these trams. Here we are. This is a thumbnail. That's some lady walking across. The tram was honking at her, actually. It was honking at her to get out of the way. Yeah, we are now in Los Angeles. So let's get back over here.